That there is bear scat. Looks pretty fresh, so there's a bear around here somewhere.
Well, good morning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. We like to get up early in the morning to head out, especially with this humidity and this heat. So we're getting up, eating our breakfast, using my batch 2.0 FE stove. Usually what we have for breakfast is oatmeal, hot chocolate. Runner will have coffee, and
protein bar.
Protein bar.
Yeah.
Protein bar. It's early. Got pretty much everything packed. You can hear the thunder off in the distance, so I'm hoping that's going to pass us. So this is our fourth day. Hopefully it got down to 61 degrees, 16 Celsius. We're hoping that it's not going to be as hot and humid as yesterday, but I don't know. It really wore us down yesterday, so we're hoping not to hit this again. So we'll see you on the trail.
Well, we're all packed up. Got the packs on the back, ready to head out. Today's Memorial Day. I'd like to give a shout out to all the veterans out there, the people that served our country. People that served our country and gave their lives for it. We take that for granted, I think, each and every day. So I'm very thankful and blessed for those guys. One other thing I'd like to say, if you come into this campsite, Clearwater campsite, if it's on a weekend, try to avoid it. There's a campsite maybe a mile and a half before here, Gogobeck Lake. We're on this beautiful overlook. That's Mountain Lake down there. And you can see this, how steep it is. We're on this portage that goes from Rove Lake to Rose Lake. It's 2 miles long, maybe a little bit longer, and it's like a super highway. We can just cruise on it. This is probably the nicest trail we've had yet. Hardly any rocks and stumps. We're almost at camp, and man, it's got to be 90. It's got to be close to 90. This is the hottest day yet. So we're probably, what do you think, mile out of camp, and I'm exhausted, you guys. I'm exhausted. Shirt, my pants is full of sweat. I'm just soaking in sweat. Humid, and it's got to be close to 30 Celsius. It's hot. It's a hot one. It's evening time, and we just had dinner, played a couple hands of cribbage. It's about 8 o'clock, sun's going down. Cooling off, it's 75 degrees, 20 Celsius. But you know, we came into this East Rose campsite, and it was occupied by a canoer. And you guys, we were exhausted. We were just sweating, tired. I was done. I was shot. And then we came down here as another, not quite a mile. We came to this campsite that was up on the hill, but it was terrible. So we went down by the lake, and we're going to bushwhack it and follow this trail we've seen that someone was using, and it led to this campsite. It's a canoe campsite. You know, when we got here, we just stripped down, went down the lake, and dipped right in. Man, it was so hot, cooled off. I was overheating, and going in the water, we kind of went out deep, and I started getting cramps because you go from one extreme to the other. So Washed the clothes, dried off, got the sweat off. But it's a beautiful night, winding down, and man, my feet are killing me. It's been a tough trip. If it wasn't for the bugs and the heat and the humidity, it's tough. It's been really tough, man. I'm tired, I'm white. Can't wait to get into that hammock there. It's starting to get dark, but Runner with that orange shirt, man, you can't miss him. What are you sleeping in?
Hey, it's Runner, of course, up at the Border Route Trail. Me and the Marine this week, and what I brought with me this week was my chameleon. Plus I have a 40-degree under quilt, which has been more, actually too much this week because it's been very warm. And I only have one top quilt, so that one is a 0 degrees, so I'm actually really not using it very much at all. So we got Superfly tarp, and then of course this has a bug net on the chameleon because you know, I like to have a bug net. So I ordered the sidecar from Dutch that he just came out with, and let me tell you, I really like it. So it's been very, very handy to keep my extra stuff alongside me, especially just organized. I also have a peak bag on the top here, but I throw a lot of stuff into that, into the sidecar, as Dutch refers to it. So
I have the Blackbird XLC over there. You have the Blackbird. How is that compared to the Blackbird? I
think the Blackbird is still my hammock of choice for colder climates because it has the double layer on it. But this one I really like for the summer, and also for packing on these heavy-duty backpacking trips. It's very, very lightweight, and it suits me just fine. So I really like this. To me, this is my go-to hammock.
Watching the sunset as the evening's coming to an end. Our campsite, as you can see, is up there. My hammock is up there. It's cooling off, and man, I'm just gonna sit down here and enjoy the sunset. Beautiful night, just a gorgeous night. Watch the sun go down. Whew. Oh, we got a little climb going here. We just left the West Rosalie campsite, and about 2 miles is a stairway portage from where we're at. So we're gonna check that out and then move on. How you doing there, Runner?
Good.
Now Runner broke one of his poles, and he's using a beaver stick as a pole.
You may be wondering, I mean, this looks like, on the outside looks like a nice stick. Thought it was when I ordered it, promoted well by people that you know, did some tests online and stuff. But I think this is the better stick today.
And you know, you guys, you know, I'm not knocking anyone, but you know, when I do a review, I will test a product, and I try to test it for about, you know, at least a year or a couple of trips, and then I give my review on it. You know, you don't know until you try it and really put it to the test. Then you'll know if it works well. I'm going to give you an honest review.
Yeah, when it broke, not doing anything special than I do out here that anybody else would do through the rocks and the brush and the trees and the limbs, and it snapped right up here where that little what do you call them? Where it just attaches right at the top. Just snapped, cracked right down.
Cheaply made, and here we're on a wilderness trip, hiking about 70 miles, and right off the bat it breaks. That's not good. Those real light ones, don't buy them. Do not buy them. Unless you're gonna hike around with Skippy the dog around town, then you'll be okay. But if you're gonna take it out hiking.
Not wilderness, nope. Not out in the wilderness.
Trail comes around here, and we're going forward, and look what's in front of us. Right down the middle of the trail, so we gotta somehow bushwhack. Trail is down that way, and it's just all full of brush, blow down all the way through here. So we're gonna have to find a way to get through. That's part of the fun of it. Now down that way is a stairway portage, and the waterfall's down there, so we're gonna take a break down there, check it out, maybe get some water. Oh, that's a heck of a climb.
Yes. Whoa.
Oh, that's some wolf scat there. That's looks like a pretty big wolf by the size of those droppings, and it's eating good. You can see the hair in there, so it looks like it probably had a deer.
Well,
We're up here on this overlook on Rose Lake, and we're heading down that way is South Lake, and then that's where we'll be camping on the other side of that ridge tonight. So we had our lunch.
we didn't have lunch, we just had a snack.
Well, it was lunch to me because I was hungry. Tasty. And those bugs are having lunch on us, ain't they? Those gnats,
Yeah.
those black flies. They love us.
Blood-sucking flies.
There's a stick, you gotta go to right. Get back down. Up. This one was a little more challenging because when you crawled underneath there was mud there, so you had to crawl in the mud. Got my knees a little wet there. But otherwise, we came here about 2 years ago, we went through here. It was a lot worse. Whoever cleaned it up did a good job. Since the Partridge Lake campsite to here, which we're heading west, you can see this brush. That's what we're going through. The trail is right through there. Beautiful red pines. A lot of brush still, but beautiful area. We just came out of just west of South Lake Trail. It's so brushy, so if you come through, beware. You had to swim through it. You just had to keep swimming, trying to get through that brush, knock it down. You put your head down, barrel through there. I grouse hunted. I never had thicker brush than that. And you could easily get off the trail. You got to look down all the time as your head's down, swimming through that brush, make sure you're on the trail. So if you come here just west of South Lake Trail, it's probably 2 clicks, 200 meters of it, and then it opens up again.